there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michael Abasi Abasedion Abia. If you're new on this channel, I film about faith, lifestyle, relationship, all of that wholesome stuff, all of that juicy stuff. So you're welcome. If you've not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. What are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. Today, I basically will be sharing my experience. I wanted to share some other things, but since I'm a new mom and I'm learning a lot, so why not? Let's share some of the things I have experienced or I have learned. So let's talk about my experience as a new mom. So if you're a woman, whether single or married, and you're hoping to have a child one day, please get right in here. And if you're a man or you're a husband or you have a sister who has a child or who's about to have a child or who will have a child, please get right in here. There is something you will learn. You will learn one or two things from this video, and I'm basically going to be very truthful, and some of the things that people don't get to talk about, new moms don't get to hear, you don't get to see it on this street of YouTube regularly, you don't get to really see it or hear about it. That's what I'm bringing to you today. So please sit right back and watch this video to the end, and if you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. So the first thing I want to talk about today as a new mom, and the thing you must know as a new mom, is breastfeeding. Well, growing up as a single girl, I thought what's there in breastfeeding is not to put baby to breast and the baby will just latch and then off you go. No, 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 no. I got it all wrong because breastfeeding has a lot of turns. First, after delivery, your baby will be given to you to feed. Like I said, I thought it was just putting baby to breast and the baby will just lash. I didn't notice that my breast milk will not flow. I was thinking it will flow because, of course, pregnancy made it heavy and bigger. So I thought a lot of milk was in there. And so when I just put baby to breast, it will just flow. But that wasn't the case. Breast milk didn't flow throughout the day. I gave birth on the 4th of September, but breast milk didn't flow throughout that day. I did everything possible. I took a lot of things. I drank juice. I took pepper soup. What again did I take? Ate a lot of things basically. Just to try to see if my breast milk will come out. It didn't come out, and then it was difficult to put baby to breast. And every time my nipple manages to enter baby's mouth, it was very painful. It was very painful, very, very painful. And so I couldn't. I asked my husband to get pump for me. All through the day I was still believing God that breast milk will flow, and it didn't. I asked my husband to get breast pump for me, and he got pump. I tried pumping, it didn't come out. Breast milk did not come out, and so baby didn't eat throughout the day. Okay, so it was in the evening. A nurse came to give me my medication and asked if my baby has eaten. And I said he hasn't, that baby had not eaten. And she screamed and said an emergency is going to just happen if I don't feed the child. And I told her I didn't buy any formula. So she asked that I should go get none. But in the meantime, she asked that she gave me a measurement that I should give the baby glucose and water. And so I did glucose and water first. The next day, I was still believing God that my breast milk will flow. It didn't flow the next day, which was on Monday. Throughout Monday, also, I took juice, water, pepper soup, ate so much, believing that it will come out. It didn't still come out. And so I had to call my pastor's wife, and then I called the doctor that I know. She said I should get NAN 1, just like the nurse said. So on our way back home, I asked that my husband should get NAN, and we got NAN. When we got to the house that Monday, I gave baby boy NAN 1 that evening. Now, this is what you need to know. As a new mom, sometimes you may think that your breast milk will flow because naturally your breast increases because of pregnancy, and so you think that there are a lot of breast milk in there, and so when you get to the hospital and give birth, it will just flow. Sometimes it's not like that. So our advice, or this is me telling you, that you should get formula feeding for that day. Does not mean you're not going to exclusively breastfeed. You're still going to exclusively breastfeed your child. And if your breast milk is not coming out, or it's not coming out as much, please feed your baby. The paramount thing, or the ultimate thing, is that the baby eats. The nurse mentioned something that is going to happen to the baby if the baby does not eat. And besides, I started to notice that my baby's skin was shrinking. And so she said it's going to be an emergency if I don't feed the baby immediately. And so the paramount thing for you should be that the baby has eaten, that the baby has something in his or her stomach. Okay, nobody is giving award for exclusively breastfeeding mom. So it's not like, oh, I'm exclusively breastfeeding, and so there is going to be an award for you. Nobody gives that award. So please make sure your baby eats. If your breast milk is not enough for your child, or maybe your child is always crying, make sure that you give formula. Formula feeding is still fine. Formula feeding is not a sin, it's not a crime. And as far as your baby, yes, I know that there are lots of benefits in breast milk, but try as much as possible to not starve your baby because you want to exclusively breastfeed. I don't know if that makes sense. So if you're a new mom again, go with formula. Buy NAN or any cheap formula you can afford. Take formula along while you're packing your hospital bag. It will save you a whole lot of stress. It will save you a whole lot of starving your child, the stress of thinking of trying to press your breast milk to come out. So please pack formula. Except you already notice that you're leaking, or maybe your breast is already coming out before the delivery, so you're sure that you have breast milk, then fine. But if not, please, by all means, feed your child. That's the paramount. By all means, let your child have food. Let your child eat. Okay, so when we got home, um, I noticed I gave I gave the formula that night, that Monday evening. Baby began to come back to life, started being active. The next day, being Tuesday, because I had eaten a lot of things, because I had a lot of food, a lot of things to eat and drink, I noticed that I started leaking, my breast started flowing a lot. So I was full, I was very full, I was fully full. So that's how my pumping journey started. I began to pump. Remember, I asked my husband to get breast pump for me, so I had pump in the house. I began to pump, and I had so much. I had about 200 mil, and I had to give my baby. I gave him about 30 to 40 mil that day, and he took everything. And I started pumping, and because he didn't eat, I was so happy to give him a lot of food. And so baby became plumpy, became so healthy. I fed him very well, and from that moment on till now, we've been on breast milk. So if you know that your breast milk is not coming out again, please buy formula. The next thing I would love to talk about is attachment issues. I know some people talk about postpartum depression. That's the one that is very common. People talk about it. People try to help people who go through it. The one people don't really talk about is attachment issues. I almost had postpartum depression. I slipped through it like this, but that wasn't really a challenge for me. For me, it was because I was feeling, baby has come and really hasn't given me time to do the things I really love to do, like filming. But attachment issue came from me like a whole lot till now. I'm still struggling, and God is helping us so far, becoming better. Attachment issue simply is that moment where you are so attached to your child that if somebody else who is even more experienced than you is taking care of your child, you're still not satisfied. You still think something will be wrong. And these attachment issues comes with fear. If, for example, my mother-in-law is taking care of my child, I'm already, is she doing something right? Is she doing something? Even my husband taking care of my child, I'm already still scared. I'm still afraid if something will happen to my child. Even if someone wants to carry my child, even if someone wants to help just, carry my child, I'm already giving instruction. Please don't carry the hand. Please, the hand is too fragile. Oh, carry the body and all of that. And when you're told that when baby sleeps, you should sleep, right? As a new mom, if you're an attached mom, when baby sleep, you're trying to touch his hands, admire his hands, snap picture, do selfie. You are too attached. You want to just always be with your child. You want to always hold your child and all of that. That attachment issue, it could come with fear, like I said. So every time you're scared, oh, is anything going to happen to this child? Oh Lord, let nothing happen to this child. You will always have negative thoughts. For me, when those negative thoughts comes, I will not be quiet. I will not be silent. I will not hesitate to speak mine out. When the enemy come like a flood, the Lord God will raise a standard. So the danger of attachment is fear, because you will always, what if this baby dies? What if this baby, God forbid? A lot of things will always come to your mind, and because it's more like your world is wrapped around that child, you can't basically think about any other thing but that child. So yeah, it could be a blessing, and it could also be a challenge. Next thing I want to talk about is visitors. Visitors, as much as visitors are amazing, they are really wonderful. Amazing, amazing. Try to be very mindful of the kind of visitors you let into your house, the kind of visitors you open your doors to. What I mean is, as a new mom, you need a lot of rest, you need a lot of sleep, you need to just rest basically. So some a lot of people want to come visit you, a lot of people want to come and say hi, hey, congratulations and all of that, when you really want to nap and or when you want to rest and all. And sometimes you're trying to breastfeed, you're between breastfeeding and baby, putting baby into sleep, rocking baby to sleep. It could be very draining. Please, as much as you can, take a lot of rest. Don't be a superwoman. Don't finish giving birth today. And the next thing, you want to go to the market, you want to go to the farm, you want to go and sell, you have, please give yourself some break. Give yourself a break. Take breaks, take rest as much as you can, as much as you can. Accept help. Accept help. For me, my siblings used to come and help me in the house. They'll come sweep, mop, clean, do the dishes for me while I was with my mother-in-law. She basically does everything. So I had a lot of rest, I had a lot of help, I had a lot of support. So please accept help, accept support. Your body is still trying to heal, your body is still trying to get used to the new, new you. So please allow yourself to heal, get help as much as you can. So yeah, visitors. And like I said, don't receive all visitors. And it's not also, wisdom is profitable to direct. It's not all visitors you will say no to. Please. Not like your pastor will call you or somebody very important will call you and you're telling the person you want to sleep. No. Just know what and how to handle it, because visitors, I mean, can be very draining. They are wonderful, yes, but they can be very draining. So be very careful. Not like they're coming to harm you, but it can be draining basically. It just can be draining because as a new mom, you need a lot of rest. And if you are the visitor, please don't go and build your tent in a new mom's house. She needs to rest. Keep your visits very brief. Keep your visits very brief, short, straight to the point, and allow her to take rest. Allow her to rest, because definitely she will not have the luxury of time to attend to you from a very long time. So please allow her rest. Now, the next thing I love to talk about is sleepless nights. I know people talk about this a whole lot as a new mom. What is sleep? People talk about this a lot, that as a new mom, you basically stay awake at night. That's true, because babies, as tender as they are, as newborns, they eat round the clock. They eat round the clock, I'll say. So in the night, they are eating. Mine used to eat. If I feed him very well, if I pour my express, give it to him to eat very well, he will sleep for 30 to 40 minutes. And within that time, I'm trying to plan for the next meal, because he's definitely going to wake up in the next 30 to 40 minutes. So what sleep again? What is sleep? So no sleep basically. Now, right now that baby has started sleeping longer hours in the night, my body has gotten used to it that I can't even sleep straight. Like, I'll wake up, check on him, like make sure that he's sleeping properly, make sure that he's sleeping well. Even a little sound, me while I was single, I'll sleep. I'll sleep that even a bang on the door won't wake me up. But now even a little sound like this will get me up. My body's already used to it. So sleepless nights will happen. Get used to it. But as much as possible during the day, maybe when he's sleeping, try to nap, try to take rest. Even if you can't sleep fully, but as much as possible, just rest. Rest yourself, rest your it will help you it will help your mental health. It will help you not to get depressed. It will even help your breast milk to flow, because stress will even cease breast milk. Please take rest as much as you can, because sleepless nights will happen. You may even think that sleepless nights is just you. Mm-mm. It's not just you. A lot of mothers are going through it. In fact, we are all awake. So don't think that, oh, you're the only person awake and others, a lot of people are sleeping. You're just, we are, my sister, we are all awake. So don't take it to heart. It's just a season. Like I always tell you, it's just a season. It will pass. The next thing I want to talk about is body changes. Your body will definitely change. Anyway, I actually know a woman who has given birth to three, and she's still the same way she was while she was single. But I know that for some of us, that fat was already finding room for expression in our body. Fat was already waiting for us. Our body changes. your body will change. You add weight, you might have a lot of changes. Do you understand? So do all you can to make sure that you block your ears against body shamers, because they will come for you. They came for me. I was leaving church one day. Somebody called me and said, "Ah, you've added so much weight. You're fat." I mean, why not? I gave birth to a whole bouncing fine boy. So why not? Why not? Your body is going to change. So block your ears against body shamers. Don't pay attention to it. Don't put your mind to it. If not, your emotions will just be all over the place. You will just be depressed. If you don't want to die young, you don't want to die young, you don't want to have high blood pressure, do not pay attention to body shamers. But if you know you're not comfortable with yourself, you know that it's not you, you're not feeling yourself, you're not confident, for your sanity sake, for your mental health sake, for your confidence, do all you can. Start exercising. If that's what works for you, start exercising, exercise. So like I said, if it's something that you want to do, it's about you now, for your confidence sake. Do everything as much as you can to exercise. Again, if that's what works for you, diet. Just basically do what you can do to snap back, to go back to shape, so you can feel yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is Google. How amazing. Google is very amazing. I recommend it 101, but as much as possible, as a new mom, get a pediatrician's number. Google is not your doctor. Get a pediatrician's number. You need a pediatrician's number if you are a new mom. Leave Google alone, because sometimes Google will make you jump into the sea, because maybe your child is just having the slightest thing like this, and you Google will tell you a big name, and then you start panicking, you start having high blood pressure because of that. Let me even just you. There was one time I Googled, okay, someone said I can keep my baby to sleep facing down, sleeping on his stomach, I don't know if you get. And then I Google said I should not do it because it will cause SID. What's SID? SID is basically sudden infant death. But I know a lot of mom who does this and it works, and the baby sleeps even longer hours. Well, for me, mine even starts turning on his own to sleep facing down. I don't even have to keep him face down. He will turn on his own and sleep face down. And each time he does that, he sleeps even longer, period. So please, Google is not the doctor. Get a doctor's number. And if you're a mom, please, every time, even if you're a new mom, trust your mother's instincts. What I mean by that is, maybe sometime you have a feeling that something is wrong with baby. Please don't push it out. Don't trash the feeling, or just think that all is going to get well. Please trust your mother's instinct, especially if you have the Spirit of God, you are a tongue-talking Christian. Please always trust the Holy Spirit, because that's the Holy Spirit trying to tell you something is wrong. And your child might not be able to tell you, oh, I'm having cold, or I'm having headache, or I'm having my arms are paining me, or something. It is that instinct that God put in us that will help us to know when something is wrong, and it is that instinct that will help us to call a doctor to report. So please always trust your mother's instinct. That's what I call it. And don't allow somebody to talk you down on it. You are right. You are right. If you think something is wrong, you are right. Don't allow somebody to say, you take it easy now. Don't listen to them. You are right if you think something is wrong. So as much as you can, pay attention to the Holy Spirit. Pay attention to that instinct that tells you something is wrong. If I didn't have that, I think God really put it in us to be able to stay alert. If I didn't have that, a lot would have gone wrong with my own child. A lot would have just gone wrong. So don't listen to people who say you're doing too much. You're not doing too much. You're just looking out for your child. You're just having that instinct. God put that instinct there. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is infection. As much as you can, if you're a new mom, please keep your environment clean. Keep your environment clean as much as possible, because viral infection, bacterial infection, all of that infection is going to get on your baby, and the baby is going to get sick, and you don't want that to happen. So please keep your environment clean. Cover your baby properly. Some people put, on the fan for the child. I would prefer AC if you ask me, because fan does and then blows with dust and all of that. So AC for me personally is better. If you want your child chill, please do AC and not fan. Fan, no. So keep your child away from all kind of infection, viral, bacterial, all kind of infection, by keeping your environment clean, taking care of your child, making sure he's clean and neat at all time. Another thing I want to talk about is diapers. Please, if you're a new mom, do not buy a lot of newborn diapers in your first day or in your hospital bag, because I did that mistake. I bought a lot of newborn diapers, and I also got newborn diapers as gifts. The very tiny ones. And at the end of the day, as I was feeding my child, I discovered that my child was adding a lot, was adding rapidly, and outgrew that. it was wasteful. Like, it was a waste. You don't want to waste in this economy. Please, you don't. This is not the season to waste. This is the season to save, to grow. Don't get so much newborn diaper. Buy a few because your baby may outgrow them. Will definitely outgrow. Mine outgrew them in 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, 1 month. He didn't need those newborn diaper again in 3 weeks. So it's not me. He will outgrow. Don't buy so much. Do not buy so much because you end up wasting it. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video, but to reiterate, to just do a recap, I said my experiences were breastfeeding. Please get formula if you have to. In your hospital bag, please pack formula. It's not a sin to at least give your baby formula. The ultimate is that your baby eats. Make sure your baby eats and feeds well. I said visitors, keep them as much as you can, limited. Again, I said wisdom is profitable to direct. It's not all visitors you say no to, but learn to say no. Okay, if you stay to the end of this video, thank you so much. If you stay till now, it means that you really are showing me love and support. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And please subscribe on your way out. Bye.